Yo, what's up, YouTube? Another video, right? This video, what we're gonna talk about is why we dream, right? This topic has been so interesting for me since I was a kid, right? But how we dream and how the dreams is thing happen to humans every single day. It's one of the things that well documented, well researched, all this and all science. Every experiment did. They couldn't find a whole explanation for dreaming and why we dream, how we dream, the whole point, right? And how we dream, especially, right? There's no actual facts, but we're gonna talk about side effects, a lot of things that most of you guys will not know, right? I will help with that. And I will also trying to give my experiment and how the thing that I'm trying to experiment and thing that trying to learn since I was a kid, even though try to read about it, but I'm trying for my own experience, right? The thing is happens to you every single day. Every single day you saw a lot of dreams. Every single day you saw a lot of shit happen. Your mind predicts a lot of things that happen in the future and a lot of things, right? So in this video, what we're gonna talk actually is why we're dreaming. So let's talk about this basics, right? Facts. That there's things called REM, right? Rapid eye movement. Basically explain this is that when you dream when your mind is in the deep state, the deep sleeping, right? That you are, and it's like a cycle that happen every an hour and a half. It's like an average. We don't know the actual effects. Well, it's documented that it happen every 90 minutes. And the average person dream about 4 to 6 dream per night. That's insane. Because most of you guys, most of us humans, will at least remember one or two at maximum, right? Because you remember 95% of your dreams, and when you watch, you're sleeping, right? Your mind's gonna forget it and shut it down. After a couple minutes from your awakening, you're gonna forget everything you saw. At least 95% of it. You're gonna forget it, and you're not gonna remember what happened. But sometimes we remember a dream too. For me, experiences until 4 or 5 dreams. I swear, I saw them, and I'm gonna talk about my own experience at the end of this video. So stay. I'm gonna explain this first, the actual facts. Then I'm gonna talk about my own experience. So let's talk about this things that nobody talk about first. Your brain is more active when you're in REM and this in deep sleeping more than you're awake. Doesn't make sense, but your brain is more active than you're awake, bro. That's one. Second thing is that your brain is gonna paralyze you, right? And shut your body, right? At least shut the movement, right? You're not gonna move when you sleep. I'm talking during the REM, deep sleeping, right? There's like you out the state during the deep sleeping, so you can move, you kind of, but I'm talking during the deep sleeping, your body is shut down. You're paralyzed. So you don't act during the dreams, right? And sometimes that happen was called a sleep paralysis, right? When you're dreaming about something and you wake up, react. Sometimes that happen because your brain mistake, like get react. So you sometimes happens to me actually that I'll give you an example that a lot of times happens. I'm sleeping. No, I'm dreaming that I'm falling off with something. Boy, shit like this. Sometimes I don't know, I'm fighting someone or someone hit me or some shit, and I wake up. I'll find myself standing and far from my bed, literally seconds, milliseconds. So that happened when your brain accidentally let you react, let your body react during the REM or during the when you're dreaming basically. That's two. The third thing is basically even the blind people dream. If you're blind after childhood or after some certain point of your life, you're still gonna see some pictures. But if you're fully blind since the birth, they use the information they had, touching, feeling the same touch, feeling, hearing, feeling and hearing. So the touch and the sound and the smell, they use this information that they had and they create dreams. How's the dreams gonna come? We don't know, but they dream. This is gonna sound weird for most of people 9 people that actually dream, right? Which is, and most of the, there's a lot, another fact, and there's another fact, right? That's you can basically can read or check time when you're sleeping on what you're dreaming, basically, because the part that are really, because the part of the brain that control reading and feeling time is shut down. I think this is accurate, but I remember and I feel I did read some shit when I'm dreaming, and I don't know why, but I think I can feel time when I'm sleeping, right? So I don't think this is actual facts, but it happened. It happened. What I love to say is like, exception doesn't make a rule. It doesn't make that happen to me. That happened to a lot of people. So now we're gonna talk about why we do dream. Now we're gonna talk about why do we dream, right? I'll talk about the real theories. By the way, it's like in theories. It's not an actual fact, as I said in the first video, in the beginning of this video. So we don't really know, but we have like you can use your mind to connect the infos they will go and how the science got this information. So the first theory and most common thing the science said, that your brain when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, right, especially when you're dreaming, is using the memory to replaying what happened during the day, right, and what happened to you, and trying to decide what is gonna save, what's gonna let that go, right? So first, your memory is deciding what happened that day, what is gonna save it or not, right? So this is the first and the most common theory. Even though your dreams, most of them, it's not about what happened that day. So I don't know what they think, what they saw, but it's pretty factual, I guess. But the second theory, which was they say, and the second theory, where they're saying that it's like emotional processing, right? It's basically if you're into PCs, it's like your mind using the safe mode, right, to process the emotional and trauma that he got, right, and trying to working through that. So basically, your mind again trying to recalculate, right, and go the trauma and the stress and the emotional, right, feelings the feelings that you had, and calculate them and going through them, and basically in safe mode, right? It's basically your safe mode, right? So this is the second theory. I guess this is kind of most of it true. This is true, but I'm gonna give you my personal view in the end of this. Again, the third one is a threat simulation. Most people say this is like an ancient survival behavior, right? For your mind to use it. It's like an action that your mind gonna use to decide. It's like an protection mechanism, right? To protect you and prevent the dangers. And your mind deep down deciding that if that thing is gonna hurt you or not. It's like a surviving thing that is gonna develop through the years. And it's like an survival mechanism, basically. It's like your mind trying to help you and trying to survive and calculate, this thing happened, try next time to prevent this from happening, and let's work on getting better. And what's the best solution that gonna happen? What's the worst one, right? So yeah, your mind trying to protect you from what happened and from the threats that's gonna happen in the future. Fourth thing, this is like a theory that your mind using the random noise. It's called the random noise theory, right? That your mind is firing and burning out, right? When you're dreaming, and it's like building a story around it, right? I don't know, you're tired, your mind break up, right? And a thing happened, your mind gone crazy, right? And he built like an interesting story around it. I don't know why. It's for me. It's like I find it worth. And there's a thing is called activation synthesis, that your brain tries to make sense. Your brain trying to make sense of random things that happen during the sleep, right? Again, I think it's related to the previous one, but I guess this one is like your mind trying to make sense of it, right? That something weird happened, and your mind trying to figure out what happened and make that thing and that situation or that moment have a sense, right? So this is also an interesting one. And so, I did a research that the weird one that is gonna let you go is, wait, what? That you will already dream about faces that you already saw. To be honest, I saw it because as I told you guys, I'm really deep into this shit. I don't think that's true because I saw a lot of faces in a lot of situation, right? That people I never saw in my entire life. And for me, I like even though I forgot a lot of faces, right? So quickly. But trust me, if I saw you before, I will know you no matter what. At least I know from where I know you, if that makes sense. Unless you never change. If you change, of course, I'm gonna forget you. But if I saw you like wherever I saw you, I will remember where I met you. This is one which is I don't think is actual 100%, but most of them they will say that you never saw people that you didn't saw in your life, your dreams. This one I don't believe it, but whatever. Like if okay, and you will dream about negative things way more than the positive one, right? This is why we see a lot of nightmares, right? Because your mind always think about negative one, which that maybe you're gonna relate to the one that your mind trying to protect you and trying to act like a protection mechanism, right? And always predict the negative side, right? I think this is what they want. This one is gonna relate to that. This is why your mind always, and most of the time, not always, most of the times reacts and acts in negative way. You saw negative dreams. This is why nightmares are a lot. Again, maybe it's related. Who knows? I guess for me, I think it's related. Liquid dreams are real. And people will say, and weird fact that liquid dreams are scientifically proven. If not, bro, thought people already know that. That's crazy. Some people claim they never dream. They actually do. Just the funny fact that will hear a lot that boy, man. I don't dream. I don't see nothing in my dream. They actually do, right? They just like forget it. As I told you guys, 95% of what you dream of, you'll forget it. Your mind's gonna shut it down. So they actually do dream. It's just basically they forgot it. So if you saw your buddy and he trying to and then see nothing, tell him, oh bro, you saw and already know he's lying, bro. He's just like have a memory of fish, of a golden fish, have a memory of Nemo. I don't know what's called that blue fish and Nemo, but I told them they have that memory or whatever. Yeah. Speaking of Nemo and animals also dreams because also how they predict it. They see dogs have the same. They tested this on dogs and after that cats and the rest of the animals, but they see animals also have their minds way active, more active when they are sleeping, right? And also dogs have the nightmares, so they have the same reaction. As I told you, that reaction that happened to your body because your brain have let you by mistake control your movement. So yeah, animals also dream. Speaking on Nemo, at least Nemo remember their dreams. What about you, man? So now what I want to talk about is actual experiment dreaming. Maybe in the future, if you guys have a question about it, I'm gonna answer more. But overall, what I'm talking about sleeping is for me, I saw a lot of dreaming. I saw nightmares, which is things out of my mind trying to prevent me from things and trying to let me not do things, right? That one of the worst nightmares that I had since I was a kid until now is keep repeating and repeating. And I hated feelings. Sometimes the feelings of the dream can't feel it in real life. One of the worst dreaming that I had is I'm running because I used to be the fastest one in my whole town. The thing is, I had that dream, that nightmares that I'm running, but there's so much wind that I can't that stop me and let me so slow. And the problem is that wind specifically, I don't know why only works with me. It slow me down, always me, and always see the rest of the people running. Yo, bro, why are you stopping there? Come here, and I can't. So this is one of the dreams that I had, which is worst shit I ever saw. And this is what I meant. My mind trying to prevent me from those things. Well, the second thing is that sometimes I see something or something related that's gonna happen in the close future, not far future. It's not the same thing exactly, but I start figuring out that it gave me hints. So as I told you guys, I'm so deep down into this. I always try to analyze and my dreams then I woke up right when I woke up. So trying to learn from my dreams. So this is one of the things and one of the things that I always do with my dreams is learn from it. It's always always have lessons. As I told you from the previous, theories and things. So your mind trying to protect you, your mind trying to show you the negative side, trying to make you prevent and let you decide if you want to take it or not. You trying and prevent you from those things. So as I was told you guys, try to use it in your benefit. Try to always learn from it. And one trick that people don't remind their dreams, the thing that you should do is to remind your dream, to remember your dreams is don't sleep, make yourself sleep. Don't sleep using your phone. Because when I start using my phone to fall asleep, I start forgetting my dreams. Think about something. Close the doors, close the everything, right? This is my bed. What I do is that close the lighting, everything is dark. I'll lay down, right? I'm just like, think about the things that happened today or something that's gonna happen. Or everything that I want. Anything basically, right? Boom. I fell asleep. And after that, to be honest, one of the things that I have that always woke up during the sleep because how can I say, I always move during the sleep, right? So when I'm moving, I woke up and every time I try to remember what I'm dreaming to, right? And one of the things that I love to do is if I have an interesting dream, right? And I woke up by mistake, someone woke me up, I don't know, anything happened, I force myself to keep dreaming about this. I make myself fall asleep, try to connect and let my mind connect to the rest. Let's say we're playing, I was about to say some shit I was dreaming of, but I don't want to say it. Let's say you are traveling with your body or anyone you know, right? Or the one far of your family or some shit, and you're discovering some weird place, right? And you find like a weird forest, I don't know, weird place. And basically, when you're trying to discover something, you woke up. What I do is trying to make myself fall asleep again, and I try to remember the exact place in the forest that what we were doing, and that let your brain keeping around this. And the more creative you are, the most interesting dream they will have. So basically, if you have a lot of questions about dreams, it's a whole video about my dreams and topics I'm gonna want to talk about. So if you have a question about that, ask me in the comments. Maybe we're gonna do Q&A questions about that. But the answers, the end thing I want to say that nobody fully know the true facts about how we're dreaming, why we're dreaming, how that actually happened. Even though it's the most research and experiment thing that got experiment right fully explained, it still didn't get fully explained. There's a loop, a hole in this, so we don't have the full picture about it. Even though it's one of the most, if not the most, researched things on Earth and happen every day to every single human and creature in this Earth, but we still don't have the full picture. Sorry guys, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for standing to this minute. Peace. See you next video.